Hello everyone, very good afternoon. Kindly let me know whether my voice is audible and can you see my presentation?
Yes, sir.
Great. Okay, so in last lecture we have end up with the chapter number 1, that is introduction to production and operation management. That we have discussed the importance of we have discussed the various definition first, and then the objectives, then types of production, then types of production system that we have discussed in the previous chapter. Okay, so from today we are going to learn forecasting, that is chapter number 2. So give the heading chapter number 2, forecasting. Okay, so what is the syllabus that university has provided under this chapter? So syllabus, in that you can write the syllabus. In that, need of forecasting, why forecasting is required for any planning or in the industries, or how one can use the forecasting tool in manufacturing industries or in any sector. Okay, you can consider this forecasting is used in any sector. Okay, there is no limitation to use the forecasting. So needs, types of forecasting, these are the theory parts, types of forecasting and needs. Then we will discuss in this lecture, in this chapter, various methods of forecasting. Okay, various methods for forecasting, that is statistical method, comma, moving average method, exponential smoothing method, exponential smoothing method, then least square method, then regression and correlation method, and you need to solve the problems on these methodologies. Okay, so numerical treatment is also included in this chapter. That numerical treatment will be on a different kinds of methods that we are going to learn for forecasting. Okay, so in bracket numerical. Okay, syllabus over. So what we are going to learn in this chapter, as we have gone through the syllabus, we are going to learn how much forecasting is important in the industry and what are the various principles of a forecasting. one can easily explain the needs of a forecasting and the types of forecasting which will be used for doing the forecast for a particular industry. Okay, so that is nothing but we are going to learn the identify principles of a forecasting, explain the needs of a forecasting, and identify types of a forecasting method and their characteristics. Okay, so there is no single method. Okay, so as we have discussed in a previous chapter, there is no single production type or not a single production system. So various production systems are there, various production types are there. So accordingly, we have to differentiate the methodologies for the planning for different types of production and for different types of production systems. So accordingly, we have to use the forecasting method. Okay, so which method is suitable for which type of a production, that is also important one. Okay, and the accuracy of that method for a particular production system, that is most important part while selecting the forecasting. So to understand this, we should know the characteristics of a forecasting. Okay, we should know the characteristics of a forecasting, so that will provide you the basis for selection of a forecasting. Okay, forecasting method. Okay, so you can skip this write up part. Okay, so try to understand at the initial stage what is meant by forecasting. So here I have provided you two questions. Okay, simple mathematical two questions. So line series, we know that, number series. Okay, sorry, number series, we know that in aptitude test also you have solved a number of questions on this number series. Okay, in 7th standard you have solved in Buddhimatta Chasni test, in 8th standard in NTSE, in MTS, then in engineering you have solved number of times this number series problems. So the simple questions I have provided to you. First question is, if the number series consists of 3.1, 3.2, 3.3, 3.4 and 3.5, you have to predict the next number after the 3.5. What will be the next number and what will be the logic? So you can put up your answer in the chat box. What will be the next number for a question? For question number A, what will be the next number? Okay, 3.6. Anybody else? 3.6. Okay, there is no another option. There is no another answer for this question. 3.6, right? Okay. Now, what will be the logic that next number will be the 3.6? So you have seen that the number series is increasing with 0.1 addition to the previous number. Okay, that is the logic, right? 3.1 plus 0.1, that will be the 3.2. 3.2 plus 0.1, that will be the 3.3. 3.3 plus 0.1, that will be the 3.4. 3.4 plus 0.1, that will be the 3.5. And next number will be, previous number is 3.5, add 0.1 in that, and you will get the answer as a 3.6. Okay, you have applied your logic, you determine the logic for the next number from the previous data. Okay, and then you are getting the next number. Similarly, you can check the second number question number B. Okay, that is nothing but 2.5. Number series consists of 2.5, 4.5, 6.5, 8.5, 10.5. Then what will be the next number, okay, of this particular number series? What will be the next number? Okay, 12.5, right? 12.5. How you can determine? You determine the next number on the basis of a previous data. on the basis of a previous data. 2.5 plus 2, that will be the 4.5. 4.5 plus 2, that will be the 6.5. 6.5 plus 2, that will be the 8.5, and 8.5 plus 2, that will be the 10.5. And in 10.5, when you add 2, you will get the 12.5. So that will be the answer, 12.5. So understanding the forecasting is nothing but this much only. Okay, this much only. Predicting the next value on the basis of previous values. Okay, predicting the next value on the basis of data available with us. Okay, on the basis of data available with us. So that answers, your answers are right one that I have mentioned over the slides. Then what is forecasting? The process of predicting future event based on a historical data. Okay, process of predicting the future event based on a historical data. So number series consists of a number, some numbers, and you have to find out the next number. Okay, similarly in industries, in any sector, you have something data available with us, depends on a past experience, or let us say past sales forecasting. Okay, or past sales. Let us say the company sell is in 2015, is, if you convert that sale in a value, then it is 1 lakh rupees. Then in 2016 it will become 1,05,000 rupees. Then it will become in 2017 1,10,000 rupees. So what will be the sales forecasting for? In this manner, you have the data up to 2020. So what will be the sales forecasting for, or what will be the sales in this current year? Okay, what will be the sale in this current year? So that is nothing but what you have the data of a previous years. Okay, in a particular segment. Okay, you have a data of a previous years, and you have to predict the future related to that event or that particular segment. Okay, you have to predict the event, or you have to predict the value on the basis of the previous data or the historical data. Okay, on the basis of a previous data or a historical data. So that is the most important concept related to the forecasting. If you understand this, you will understand the forecasting. Okay, important thing is that you should have the previous data or the historical data, and then only you can predict the future. Then and then only you can predict the future. Determining the future or predicting the future on the basis of historical data is nothing but forecasting. Determining or predicting the future on the basis of historical data, that is nothing but forecasting. So what is forecasting? You can write what is forecasting. So in a simple language, you can write process of predicting future event based on a historical data. What is forecasting? Process of predicting future event based on a historical data. Process of predicting future event based on a historical data. Getting everyone? So next, why it is essential? Okay, why forecasting is essential in the organization? Okay, so we know that to produce the goods, to produce the finished goods, we required n number of things. We required n number of things to combine together at a particular point, and then only we can able to produce the things with a good quality, with a good cost or right cost, and at a right time. Okay, so what are that things? First is nothing but the machine requirement to produce the component. Then second thing is nothing but manpower's requirement for that particular company. Third is nothing but the capital requirement or the raw material requirement is there. So like that, the things we required to produce the product. Okay, then the industry capacity or the industrial area or the land requirement is also there. So all these things we need to combine, we need to organize that all the things that are required for the production purpose. Okay, and we have to plan the production, or we have to plan the things. Okay, planning will be in the sense of how much number of machines are required to produce the good, then how much number of workforce or the manpower is required to produce the things, then how much quantity of material, raw material, or the assembly components required to produce the product. So okay, so that is the basic question for the planning. That is the basic question for the planning. Okay, so this question will be answered if you know the right quantity of a production. Okay, if you know how much quantity of a product should be produced in 1 year, then how much quantity of a product should be produced in a 6-month time period, and if you know how much quantity of a product should be produced in a 1 month time period. Okay, so if you segregate this question, okay, once you determine 1 year how much quantity is required, then you can divide that quantity in a 12-month time period. Okay, so you'll get the 1 month target, right? Then once you get the quantity, okay, once you get the quantity, then we can plan the production accordingly. Then we can plan the production accordingly. But this quantity or the forecasting or predicting the future, that is more important. Okay, and that will be done on the basis of or by using the forecasting techniques. Okay, by using the forecasting techniques. So it is essential for the organization to know for what level of activities one is planning before investment in inputs, that is nothing but man, machine, and material. Okay, and another inputs are there, that is nothing but information also and energy also. So before making an investment decision, many questions will arise, like what should be the size and amount of a capital required, how large should be the size of a workforce, what should be the size of a order and the safety stock, what should be the capacity of a plant. Okay, these questions will be arise when you start the production. We cannot go blindly for the production. If you produce goods and the demand of that particular product will not be there in the market, then to whom you are going to sell that product? Okay, so your capital will get blocked in the stock the products, stock the finished products, and your company will get into the loss. Okay, into the loss. And let us say you have produced some components, let us say 100 components in 1 month, or 100 products in 1 month, but there is a demand of 120 components in the market. Okay, so the customer will get discouraged, or we can say that it will not have the faith on you. You will provide extra 20 components in this particular month. Okay, so you'll suffer by one customer if you will not fulfill the requirement of that particular customer. Then that particular customer will reach to the another company or another shop, and he will buy the product from the another shop. Okay, that will be the loss of your company, that you have lost 20 component profit. Okay, 20 product profit. Okay, I'm giving the small example. Similarly, it will be applied for the lakhs on crores and 1,000 crore rupees for the companies. Okay, so these are the questions we need to understand before one can go for the production planning. Okay, before one can go for the production planning. And this question will be answered if you have the firm, accurate forecasting of a future demand. Firm, accurate demand forecasting. If you have firm, accurate demand forecasting, I'm saying demand forecasting. Okay, so what is mean by demand forecasting? Demand forecasting is nothing but predicting the demand in the future. What will be the demand of that particular product in the future? That is nothing but demand forecasting. Okay, now I'm saying predicting and forecasting. Okay, predicting meaning is different one, And forecasting meaning is different one. Predicting is always a blindly thinking, okay, blind thinking level. Prediction is always blind thinking level. So I'm saying that the college will start tomorrow, okay, or college will start after 1 year. So this is my prediction. There is no any basis for that particular prediction. And if I have the firm data about that, okay, that COVID data and everything else, number of cases rised in last 1 week, number of cases of previous to that week, and what will be the number of cases in upcoming years, and how the government will tackle that things. And on that basis, if I am taking or I am saying something after having that much data with me, and I'm making one sentence or I'm making one prediction that yes, college will start after 3 months, okay, so that prediction will be considered as a forecasting, because that prediction having somewhat basis, okay. Prediction with foolproof data is called forecasting. Prediction with foolproof data is called forecasting. And simply prediction, yes, without data, so that will be considered as a prediction only, okay, that will be considered as a prediction only. When you showcase your hand to any person, and he is saying on the basis of your lines and all that things, he is saying you'll become that person after 5 years and 10 years. He's blindly saying something, and you are hoping that it will happen in your life. So that is nothing but that person is predicting. He don't know about anything about you, anything, and you are blindly faithing on that person, okay, on that person's prediction, okay. So, and it will not happen and never will happen in the life, okay, whatever predicted by that person, because he don't know, or that person don't know about you anything. So how he can predict about you, okay, by seeing your hand or watching your hand. So that is nothing but a prediction, okay. And forecasting means what? Having firm data with you, and then you are predicting the future. You are predicting the future demand related to the sales, and then future capacity of the company, and that prediction will be considered as a forecasting. That prediction will be considered as a forecasting. Is there any question about it? Kindly let me know if you have any doubt, any question about it. I think you better understand now what is meant by forecasting, okay. So why we are doing the forecasting, okay, because we required a firm plan for the production, okay. We required the firm plan for the production. And why we required the firm plan for the production? Because the modern production activities are becoming more complex, okay. Let us say batch type of a production system, or the job shop type of a production system, or make to order type of a production type, or make to stock type of a production type, or assemble to order type of a production type. These production systems and the production types are very much complicated, okay. Or we can say that we need to think on a micro level, so that we can meet up the demand of a customer, and we can meet up the demand of, and we can meet up our targets, okay. Demand of a customer and our targets. So to achieve that, we should rigorously focus on the planning, okay. Planning and your strategies to achieve the things, strategies and planning to complete the things, okay, to complete the things. So planning will be in the sense of I have already discussed the input parts, that is nothing but man, machine, material, and information, and energy. These are the input parts. Then what will be the part of a planning related to the input parts? We have already discussed the questions. What will be the manpower? Which material we have to use, and from which vendor we have to purchase that material? How much bulk quantity we need to purchase that particular material? Then which machines we required, whether we are planning for new machines, new methodologies, or we are going with the same machines. If any machine will get failed, whether we are having sufficient amount of funds to purchase the new machines, what is the lifespan of that particular machine, whether it will produce the required quantity or not. So like these questions will be asked about the input parameters and the processing parameters. Then about the output parameter, let us say the demand of this particular product in the market is this much. Whether we are able to produce this demand and our market share is this much, then we are able to produce this demand. We can increase our sale or not. So these questions will make the planning very complex. Okay, these questions will make the planning very complex. So modern production activities are becoming more and more complex, and basic inputs are becoming more expensive. Okay, so let us consider that your company is manufacturing manufacturing the product which required the basic material as a steel bar. Okay, basic material as a steel bar. Nowadays the steel prices are nearly about 70 rupees 80 rupees per kg. So I'm saying near about that. Okay, it may be differ, but yes, it is near about 70 to 80 rupees. And 1 kg material required 70 to 80 rupees, and you are producing one of the product which uses the steel bar. Okay, then the losses loss, if you lost one product, or if you not get the proper material with proper metallurgy, then it will be loss for the company, and you will not meet up the demand of demand of the customer as per the specification provided by the customer. So that will be considered for as a loss for the company. Okay, and when we are going to purchase large amount of a product, then large amount of raw material, we companies never purchase the things in a kg. They are always purchasing the things in a tons. Okay, 1000 ton, 10,000 1000 tons of steel, 10,000 tons of steel. So companies are purchasing the raw material in the tons. Okay, so that will hamper the capital investment of that particular company. So basic inputs are more expensive. Okay, I'm saying this is about the material, same as for the manpower, same as for the machines, same as for the energy. So all these inputs are getting more and more expensive nowadays. You can see that the coal production in India day by day goes on decreasing, and that will impacting on the production of energy, and that will impacting on the cost of energy. Okay, this is the recent or trending problem in India and China. China is also going for a blackout days. Okay, for some areas there is no electricity in China because of a failure of a thermal power plant, because the required amount of a coal production is not happening in China, and they are not able to complete the raw material demand of a thermal power plant. Okay, and due to that, the impact on energy loss or energy production loss, and due to that there will be a blackout days in a China. Same kind of things are happening in India. In if we are not going to match up the demand of a coal power plant, thermal power plants like coal fired, where the coal fired turbines are used, or we can say that coal powered steam power plants are there. If you will not meet up the demand, or government will not meet up the demands of such a power plants, then we can also see the blackout days in India also from in some areas for few days. Okay, so this is also important. That is now here you can say that I have given the example of a coal power plant. Now coal, whether that coal power plant is purchasing the coal in 1 kg, 10 kg, 15 kg. No, they are purchasing in a tons. Okay, 1,000 ton, 1 lakh ton, and that much amount of coal is produced. And these coal prices are very much high. We can say that if you purchase in a bulk, the cost will be very much high. If you say that 1 lakh ton, if you have purchased, and 1 kg coal price is 50 rupees, then how much it will be the cost of that particular coal. So in this manner, the basic inputs are becoming more expensive, and there are a lot of restriction for the production. Okay, and that restriction related to the government laws, okay, about the production, related to the customer requirement, related to the market demand. So these restriction implies on the production activity. Okay, let us say your industry is food industry. So there are some restriction given by, or there are some norms given by the government to produce the things. If your company is producing the products of a foundry or foundry products, then there are some restrictions related to the foundry products or the norms provided, and due to that we have to constrain our planning. Okay, we have to constrain our planning. Now consider that one worker or industry want to provide some workers for the boiler section. Then there are norms provided by the industry which worker will work on that particular boiler section. Okay, these are the norms provided by the industry, and that will also impact. So we industry cannot pick up a random person and assign the work related to the boiler. Okay, so there is sufficient amount of, or sufficient knowledge of knowledge decided by the industry or by the government, and when you get that person with this knowledge, then and then only you have to provide that person to the boiler section. Okay, like that, a lot of restrictions on the production activity. Hence the planning of a production activity is essential, so that the resources are put to their best use. Okay, how one can use these resources at the best level. Okay, best level means what? We can get the maximum output from the inputs provided to the production system. Okay, inputs provided to the production system, material, raw material input provided, then manpower and the machines, the energy and the information. These all inputs we can consume, or the industries can consume with its best level. Okay, and produce the good with the highest quality or required quality and with a required quantity. Okay, hence the planning is most important in industry sector or in any industry. Okay, then planning is a fundamental activity, and forecasting forms the basis of a planning. We have understood this, how forecasting is important for the planning. Forecasting enables the organization to respond more quickly and accurately to market changes. Okay, so forecasting is also useful to determine the trend of a market. Okay, to determine the trend of a market. Now trend, you know, better know this particular example. What is the trend? Okay, for that I want to give a simple example of when I was in 8th standard or 10th standard. At that time bell bottom pants are more famous in the market, and nowadays we can see that the China type of pants or pants are more famous in the market nowadays. So this is the trend. Okay, this is the trend. What is the market trend? That need to understand. Now if any clothing industry produce the bell bottom pant, and if that particular industry want to sell that pant in the market, whether it is possible to achieve the target of that particular industry? No, it will not achieve. So the whole production will face the loss of sales quantity. Okay, and that will be affected on the demand of a products. Then the customer will not go to the company, and once the customer will come to know that the company only produce the bell bottom pant. Okay, and the market demand is China bottom and all the other types of bottom pants or small bottom type of pants. So the company is not with the trend. Okay, company don't know the trend, and that trend is not acquired by the company, and because of that this is the problem. Okay, so trend should be known to the industry, and accordingly that trend should be acquired in the industry, and then the production should start. Okay, and once the trend is going to change in the market, okay, trend is changing in the market, similarly, that change in trend is also acquired in a industry. Nowadays, if you say related to the automobile industry, now trend is changing in the market. Now petrol and diesel cars are production is going to decrease in the future, and electrical vehicle production going to increase in the future. If any company if any car manufacturing or two-wheeler manufacturing company will not accommodate this change of a market in the industry, then in future that company will suffer a lot for not acquiring these changes of a market in the industry. Okay, so forecasting enables the organization to respond more quickly and accurately to market changes. Now everyone predicting what will be the market after 2030. Okay, and what is this now? Whatever the scenario is there, that is already predicted by the industries in 2014 or in 2012, because I was working in one of the industry named as Akar Foundry Private Limited, which is aluminum foundry, and at that time Mahindra and Mahindra company development people visited to our company to audit our company and to provide some of the components related to the electrical vehicles. Okay, so in 2014 Mahindra and Mahindra company has finished the R&D on electrical vehicles. Okay, or they have produced one of the product with suitable R&D, and they want the vendors which will provide the parts of that particular vehicle to Mahindra and Mahindra company, so that they are visiting to our company and doing the audit that whether this company Akar Foundry is able to provide us this component or not. Okay, so like that, companies are always thinking in a future, what will happen in a future, and accordingly they are building up their capital, their machineries and their plants, and they are cope up with the market situation. They are cope up with the market situation. So forecasting enables the organization to respond more quickly and accurately to market changes. Okay, then where it is used. Okay, now only we have discussed where it is used. Production, to predict the product requirement for the future sale. Then inventory, how much stock should be maintained to accommodate the market demand. So stocked. Okay, let us say yesterday only we have taken one example about the sugar industry, which is one kind of a make to stock type of a production. Then how much sugar should be produced by that particular sugar industry, then and then only we will get the good price of that particular sugar. So that should be predicted by the sugar industry. Then car manufacturing company, how much quantity of cars should be produced and stocked so that we can meet up the market demand during the festival season like Diwali, Dussehra. So that forecasting, inventory forecasting is also required. Okay, because in the festival season the demand is increases drastically, and if you don't have an inventory, then the customer will unhappy with your retailers or your we can say that the showrooms, whatever showrooms available, it will be unhappy. That particular customer will be unhappy with the service, and he will move to the next type of a product. Okay, or next similar type of a company or competitor of your company, and he will purchase the another company product having the similar features. So inventory is also important, prediction of inventory level. Okay, prediction of inventory level, and the personnel, that is nothing but the manpower requirement for the production. Now this forecasting technique is also used in a different sectors. Okay, weather forecasting, nowadays you are using the mobiles. In that also you come to know that Google is providing tomorrow at 11 a.m. the rain will or there will be scattering of rain in your area. Okay, so this is nothing but prediction of a weather on the basis of a data available with the software. Then traffics. Okay, so at what time the traffic will be a higher one, or the larger one on that particular street. Okay, so that is also predicted and it is acquired in the maps, okay, on the basis of a data related to the past data, and that will be showcased to you through Google Maps and other types of maps. Then stock market. Now stock market, so stock market shares or the stocks, we can say that these are also predicted on the basis of a past data, and there are different kinds of tools are used to predict the stock market. Okay, and this is also one kind of a forecasting, weather forecasting, traffic forecasting, and stock market forecasting. Okay, so definition, how one can define the forecasting. So forecasting as defined by the American Marketing Association is an essential of sales in physical units or monetary value for a specific future period under proposed marketing plan or program, and under the assumed set of economic and other forces outside the organization for which the forecast is made. Okay, so what you understand by using this or by reading this definition, okay, it is the essential part of a sales. Okay, and it can be calculated in the form of a units, number of units or number of products products sold out, or we can convert that into a monetary value. Okay, monetary value means what? One product having the 100 rupees value, so I have 10 products, then monetary value of that 10 products will become a 1000. So 1000, 20,000, these are the monetary values of a product. Okay, and physical unit means 10 products, 20 products. Okay, so we can predict the future for a specific time period, let us say 1 year, 5 year, 10 year, and accordingly we are preparing the marketing plans. Okay, and this prediction will be considered on the basis of some assumptions related to the economy, related to the conditions in that particular area, and the another affecting parameters. Okay, and on that basis we can predict the future, or we can make the forecasting. Okay, we can make the forecasting. Getting everyone? Is there any question, any doubt in this particular slide? Okay, so I think you have written what is forecasting. Okay, so write down in continuation, it is essential for the organization, it is essential for the organization, it is essential for the organization, it is essential for the organization to know, it is essential for the organization to know for what level of activities, for what level of activities, for what level of activities, for what level of activities one is planning, one is planning before investment, before investment before investments in input, before investments in inputs, that is main machine and material, that is main machine and material, that is main machine and material, main machine and material, full stop. Next point, before making an investment decision, before making an investment decision, before making an investment decision, many questions will arise. Many questions will arise. Many questions will arise. Like first one. First one. What should be the size? What should be the size and amount of capital required? And amount of capital required. What should be the size and amount of capital required? Second, how large should be the size of workforce? How large should be the size of workforce? Third, what should be the size of the order? What should be the size of the order and safety stock? Safety stock and safety stock. Fourth one, what should be the capacity of the plant? What should be the capacity of the plant? What should be the capacity of the plant? Next point, need for planning production activity. Why we required planning the production activity? Need for planning production activity. Need for planning production activity. Okay, so in that you can write modern production activities. Modern production activities are becoming more complex. Are becoming more complex. Are becoming more complex. Second one, basic inputs are becoming more expensive. Basic inputs are becoming more expensive. Basic inputs are becoming more expensive. And last one is lot of restriction on them. Lot of restrictions on them. Hence, the planning of production activity is essential. Hence, the planning of production activity is essential. Is essential so that the resources are put to their best use. So that the resources are put to their best use. So that the resources are put to their best use. Okay, full stop. Next point. Planning is fundamental activity of management. Planning is fundamental activity of management. And the forecasting forms the basis of a planning. Planning is fundamental activity of management and forecasting forms the basis of planning. Basis of planning. Next point. Forecasting enables the organization. Forecasting enables the organization to respond more quickly, and accurately to market changes. Okay, full stop. Now where it is used, forecasting, where it is used. Okay, production. In production it is used, in inventory, then personal. First one, production. Production. For what purpose in production? To predict the product requirement for the future sale. To predict the product requirement for the future sale. To predict the future requirement, to predict the product requirement for the future sale. Then inventory. Inventory. To predict the material requirement. Okay. Material requirement means raw material requirement, then inventory of raw material, then inventory of finished goods. So it is written for the raw material. Okay, here I have written for the raw material to predict the material requirement. Okay, similarly, inventory, we are preparing the inventory, or we have stocking the finished goods also. So that is also inventory. So how much amount of finished goods should be stocked? So that prediction is also important. So we can use this inventory concept, prediction of inventory, that for the raw material inventory also and finished goods inventory also. Okay, so inventory to predict the material requirement. Then next one, personal. Personal means manpower requirement. To predict the manpower for production. To predict the manpower for production. To predict the manpower for production. And also this forecasting concept is used in various sectors like weather prediction, traffic prediction, stock market prediction. Okay, so you can write and weather, traffic, stock market, etc. Weather, traffic, stock market, etc. Okay, so write down the definition. Finally, you understood this forecasting. What is meant by forecasting? So now we have to define this forecasting. So definition. Definition. In that you can write forecasting as defined by American Marketing Association. Forecasting as defined by American Marketing Association is forecasting is defined by American Marketing Association is an estimate of sales, an estimate of sales, an estimate of sales in physical units, an estimate of sales in physical units or monetary value, or monetary value, or monetary value for a specific future period, for a specific future period, for a specific future period under proposed marketing plan, under proposed marketing plan or programme, and under the assumed set of economics, and under the assumed set of economic and other forces outside the organization, for which the forecast is made, for which the forecast is made. Getting everyone? Is there any question in that definition and all the previous parts that we have covered in this lecture? If you have any doubt, any question, you can ask, or else you can put up your roll numbers in the chat box. Any doubt, any question? Is there anybody who have doubt? Whether first of all, please clear that whether you understood this concept or not. Anyone, please give me feedback. Loudly. I'm not getting your voice. Yeah, sir, say something.
Yes, sir.
Whether you understood?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Okay. Anybody else? Anybody else want to give feedback related to this point? Whether you understood or not? Or is there any confusion about the prediction and forecasting? Kindly let me know. Don't have any doubt? Any question? You have understood all the points? Okay, then no issue. You just put up your roll numbers as early as possible, because I'm going to close this meeting at 2 p.m. because another lecture is also there for 2 p.m. With the another link. So I have to close this meeting before 2 p.m. So put up your roll numbers and you can leave this meeting. Okay, you can leave this meeting, no issue. Within 2 minutes, meeting will end up, so that you put up your roll numbers and you leave this meeting. Everyone, I can see 20 more members in the meeting. Leave this meeting, because if you're after leaving only, I am come to know that you have put up your roll numbers, and then only you are leaving the meeting. Okay, if you are in the meeting, then I can assume that you up till now you have not put up your roll number, so that you are in the meeting. Okay, so leave the meeting after putting your roll number. Okay, I'm going to close this meeting. I hope remaining students have put up their roll numbers. If you put up after stopping my recording, then it will not be recorded. Okay, your roll number. Okay, so I hope everyone has put up their roll numbers in the chat box. Those are sleeping, forget about that.